Here, chickens, you turned my green yard to a dirt yard. Yeah, look at the dirt. Yeah, little brats. Holy, just destroy the yard. Look at, it used to be kale over here, but it's just what happens when chicken get hold of kale. I ended up ripping the gate fence down because they got in there and ate the red Russian kale, just like my garden. Right, girls? Is are thieves. You don't eat it when I throw it on the ground, but you eat it when it's in the garden. You're brats. You're nice pets, but you can be very much bad chickens. Right? And look at, didn't have to dig up my onions and potatoes this year because they dug them up for me. There's still some in the ground. Cut down that fig tree again this year because I gotta use my smoker and smoke me some rabbits. It's been many years since I've used this. I used to smoke a lot of salmon in it, but anyway, that's what she is. Used to be electric burner, but I prefer just to burn logs in it now. Tastes better. Yeah. Used to put chips in that frying pan and put it on an electric burner, but it took forever. Mind you, they're good fish, nice slow cooked, cold smoked, I guess you call it. Anyway, oh, we gotta cut this thing up yet. I'm gonna get the windshield out. It's a little hard with one person. With the wires and vice grips is what we used to do in the auto wreckers. Compost, it used to be a big pile. Now it's spread all over. But it gets mixed up good. I stuck a lot of hay in there out of the rabbit cages. The turkeys are over there sunbathing underneath the rabbit cage. You know you guys are sitting in rabbit poop, right? You're gonna get peed on, you stay there. They'll pee on you. They don't care where they pee. Oh, the turkey's having a dust bath too? I didn't know that. Huh. Got a lot of mess around here. Got to clean up. No firewood this year. Just gonna keep garbage in the sheds. Got to put the canoe in the van because we're going hunting end of next month. Take the canoe, go to the lake and do a bit of fishing too. Yep. And I got the motor apart. This year I took it apart because last year I took it. It died and wouldn't start again. Not bad on a canoe though, because I just paddled for the rest of the week. I stayed there. But it is nice to have when the wind comes up. But I didn't take the carb apart. Every year you got to take the carb apart on this one because it gets bad gas and gets crappy, and it's got no drain plug in the bowl. So in order to drain it, you got to take the whole motor apart. Take the carburetor off it. So it's a Yamaha 3-horse, and you just, for reverse, you just turn it around like so, and you flip the handle over, and then you go in reverse, forward and reverse. It's got no gears, just forward. But it's a good motor when it runs. Nice trolling motor. That's why I kept it. I got rid of all my rest of them. I had a 15-horse, a 6-horse. Yeah, I gave them 2 away. I don't use them. And then I sold my boat, my 12-foot fiberglass boat, and I sold the trailer. Sold my splitter. Sold a lot this year. Getting rid of a lot of junk. Trying to anyway. I have so much junk. So many tools. The bus is full of tools. It's got table saw, the planer, everything in it. Like, oh, but look, it's really messy right now too, eh? Just like the shop went. Got way too much stuff in here. Just got way too many tools. I don't know if you can see in there, but there's a bench all the way down there now. It used to be camperized, but the rats took it over, and I gutted it again and just put my tools in it because the rats got in my shop. And hey, we got over here. We got a table saw. We got a joiner planer sitting there. We got a drill press there. There's a bus seat. There's a wood plane lathe there. Here's my cutoff saw. Ryobi. It's been a good saw. Got grinders. One there has buffing wheels and a wire brush. This one has stones on it. Yes, if it was cleaned up in here, it wouldn't be bad, but got a lot of junk to get rid of, as you can see. Dehumidifier. Old printer. It cost me, I think I paid like $600 for that thing. But the ink costs you over $100, and you can buy a printer with ink for $30, $25. So what's the sense, eh? But I think that's a brother. I think HP. That was a good printer. It does everything, cards, everything. It does all different things, envelopes, everything. Still works. And then behind this here tools is, move this stuff out of the way. Way too many tools. Gave a pile of tools away too. There's a 12-volt converter. It used to be in behind the. Okay, anyway, get back to our point here. This is an old Fisher wood stove that I cut it down to size, a smaller size. It only takes like 8-inch wood, 6-inch wood. And for chimney, I used old drive shaft, car drive shafts. It goes all the way up to the top outside, and it has a cap on it, and I have an extension that goes on it. This was the door in behind those toolboxes. I gave that stuff away. He's just got to come pick it up because I don't want any more of those tools. They're all too big, and I don't do stuff with them anymore. But I'm actually thinking about restarting this thing. If it runs, I think I might just change it back into. There's a fridge. I used to have 2 of those in it, stacking. Stainless steel bench. There's the old sink. Used to be the old sink that was in an RV. The stainless steel is a cook prep table out of the coffee shop I used to own. There's a generator. It's all apart. Don't work no more. And there's another one, another Yamaha. But you have to take the carb off it every year. Anyway, let's get out of this. There's a cutoff saw and a bandsaw combined. It's good. I cut off a lot of steel and did a lot of welding back in the day. Anyway, that's out of the bus. The back of the bus. I use the back door because it's easier, and I put pallets up here for stairs. Right? Yep. See? There's the stairs. And it goes right across to the neighbors, which I will be putting a gate there so he can come in and get any tools he wants. That's the old bus. Yep, I used it for years. Lived in it here before I had the house. I lived in it for 3 years while I owned the coffee shop. And I was only here sometimes at night. Most of the time I slept in the coffee shop anyway. It sat 100 people, but 4 years and it went broke. $100,000. Oh well. Garden's still doing okay. Lots of tomatoes. Kale's not doing too good because the chickens got at it. Some of that. There's a little bit of kale there that they picked. They only picked the red Russian. The other kale is doing fine. I picked it day before. Collard greens do really good. Rabbits love them. Most of this garden was for the rabbits and the chickens, but the chickens don't eat it unless they get in here to eat it. If I take it out and put it in the ground, they don't eat it. Go have a look at the inside of the big messy shop too. There's a bunch of old scrap steel. They used to have way more than this. I gave it all the way to the neighbor, and he's made all kinds of stuff with it all. Whole back end is covered in steel too. Used to do a lot of welding. But here's the old shop. I didn't come in here for probably 8 years when all the tools were in here because the rats totally destroyed it. So I just been storing junk in here. I want to throw it all out. There's a MIG welder over there. Haven't used it for probably 15 years. There's a router table there inside that fridge. Used the fridge this year. But yeah, there's all kinds of stuff that's got to go to the dump. Those are my RV tools right there. Used to take that into camp. There's a $2,000 in that box worth of RV testers. But anyway, a lot of junk to get rid of. I bought that little tiny compressor. It works really good. But a big compressor